Hey everybody, Rhadamant here for episode 38 of Black Lake Settlers. Thanks for tuning in. I am glad that this episode even exists after the last raid we suffered. To go over our statuses, nothing have changed. Not really. We worked more towards hydroponics, but we are not quite ready to pull the trigger on it, to cross it off because it is still in flux. So, yes. So one thing I need to do is to check how I'm doing. I'm just making sure that I don't have any pawns that I've overlooked that are really quickly going to bleed out, and I don't believe that is the case. I didn't sustain too many horrible injuries during that fight, unlike the enemies who got annihilated. Now, a lot of you did point out that there's a few more people out here. There is Ligua, who's dead in 6 seconds. No way I can save her. Then there is Newt, who is dead in 1 hour. Not likely I can save him either, especially given that most of his wounds, instead of having one really bad wound that's bleeding that we could do quick triage on, he has a lot of wounds, and that's going to require a lot of manpower to patch up. And again, with Gattes, the shaman, so we have dodged the bullet on someone that's underground or very neurotic, slowpoke tough nudist, and chemical interest optimist. They're going to die. There's really almost no way for me to save them. I can try to save Newt. No, he's just going to bleed out. He's really just done for. Now, of our own prisoners, let's go through them. So we have Hippopotamus, who's all patched up. So he is not going to die. He is a nimble, quick sleeper with these skills, 43 years old, and we'll set him to recruit. There's Lubaka, who will set to recruit, and a little bit easier to recruit than Hippo. Lubaka is a 25-year-old male, super immune, bloodlust, nimble, another bloodlust. Oh, this is a recurring theme, but that's okay. Super immune and nimble are pretty good too. And nimble with melee passion, not bad. Might be joining our melee crew. Also, a leg cut off by Jarrett. Hippo has some old gunshot wounds, but nothing in terms of like a missing limb or anything. There is Alzalbo. Alzalbo is a 30-year-old male who is an undergrounder, jealous, trigger happy. I'm curious how undergrounder will work in this barracks. Will he want to be in the lesser quality bedrooms, or the fact that we have an extremely impressive barracks be good? I don't know. I actually don't. You guys probably know, but time will tell. Lubaka, okay. And then skills, some pretty good passions in construction, mining, artistic. And blood loss is extreme, but the things that are bleeding have been patched. There is Frog. Things that are bleeding have been patched. Ear shut off by Deef. And a bio transhumanist, misandrist kind. Dislikes men. So Frog's a female. Incapable of dumb labor. I don't really love pawns that don't do dumb labor, but fortunately Frog is a good miner, so I can have her just mine away. All patched up as well. Vaughn was already in here. There's Herring, who is tribal, but almost doesn't look tribal given what he's wearing, who is about to bleed out to death very quickly. A leg that was hacked off by Jarrett, and then Endelos almost shot his other leg off. Let's check. Night Owl, fast learner, trigger happy. I am going to put Poopy on Herring. And then Bob on a possum. Are you medical? No. You were just standing there. Oh, I have to mute Discord. My bad. Let me go ahead and do that. So Possum has 3 hours. Poopy is one of the best medics. This guy has 1 hour. So Poopy's going to go to Herring. Bob's going to go to Possum. Alzalbo doesn't need any more patching, not immediately. Then there is Roxzigo. Oh, Herring. So, yeah, we went over these. Opossum is a psychopath nimble in shooting animals. Shooting, also likes animals, not shooting animals, and medical. Bleeding out in 3 hours, which is why we've deprioritized Opossum, who's a 31-year-old female, from immediate medical care. There's Roxigo, 7 hours. Undergrounder, kind, and jealous. Again, kind of interested how that jealous will work. 52-year-old female. Bleeding 7 hours, so she's kind of lower in the line. DQ here is another medic who needs to hop on Panther immediately. But let's go through these systematically. Then there's Rhadamant, someone that's going to get re-nicknamed. Wow, okay. Abrasive Brawler. I really don't like abrasive traits, but then again, you know, I don't get to pick. 4 hours on that 21-year-old female. Pretty good at melee, considering Brawler. Panther, who is a Brawler, psychically sensitive. Pretty high in melee, a female 20. And DQ is going to try to save Panther. Panther is missing an arm that was cut off by Jarrett. See a common trend here? A lot of people missing limbs. Also suffered a hell of a lot of friendly fire. Tiger. Tiger shot Panther twice, like fatally here. I don't know who Tiger is, but wherever Tiger is, they're an ass. Oh, that's a lot of friendly fire. And then Raptor, who is all patched up from DQ. Nervous Pyromaniac, great. Just my favorites. Someone who's nervous, who goes on mental breaks often, and a Pyromaniac. That's awesome. Already all patched up, 39-year-old male. Okay, so I am also carrying some people. Luna is carrying Black, and I think that's the only other prisoner that I'm currently carrying to my knowledge. Yes. And if I'm wrong about that, then I'm wrong. So I have kept this paused a while. Menmi is tending to Jarrett. Jarrett isn't bleeding out that quickly, so I'm going to have her come in here. Not that I don't love Jarrett, but the people that are about to die, I think, are... I'm supposed to... Okay, Bob. Yeah, I'm supposed to try to save people, right? So 4 hours. Okay, so Ralneal, or whatever her name is, gets that treatment. I'm curious if saving Panther is even possible. It may not be. Oh, yep. Looks like we'll be able to save him from seconds away from death. I'm just going through all the prisoners, making sure that no one's about to bleed out. I have no idea what Black here is like. Could be a lost cause. Alright, Black dying almost immediately. Poopy, let's get on that. Black here is a 30-year-old female. Whoa, that's a hell of a last name. Inyoto Zoen. Hard worker and too smart. Okay, and then also a melee. So if I go into Numbers tab, and I change the presets to... I thought there was a Prisoners tab. Yeah, there is. So, Prisoners. Prisoner interaction will be recruit for everyone, but not Four Eyes here. Four Eyes gets to lay there. I will, at some point, recruit Four Eyes. I just need to put organs back in her body. Okay, so we will... Let's see. I'm going to make sure my cremate corpses are set correctly. Stranger, human, no colonist. Yep, that looks about right. Panther is saved. Herring is saved. And me. Weird Bob. Poopy. Black is going to be saved. Black had the turret explode on her. Speaking of turret, we're going to definitely need to haul that out. He just had a allied death. Yeah, so she died. Yeah, 6 seconds. Probably they were lost causes. I'm sure one will argue that I could have saved them, but I'd rather prioritize my triage for people that definitely can be saved rather than stretch my medical thin and not save people. We're definitely going to want to get some beds in here, proper, actual, real beds. So I'll have Sergio do that. Where is Trekintosh? Trekintosh, you can do the other one. Alright, so Panther's fully patched up. Ooh, old gunshot to the neck. Ouch. There's not a lot of ways to fix that. Rodrigo here needs some love. Raptor has some bruises still. And then, of course, there's still a lot of me that requires treatment. And the longer I allow that to deteriorate, the worse it will be for them. So that's also something to consider. I think most of the prisoners are out of the woods. Roxigo is probably the last one that's bleeding. Yep, that seems to be true. And all right, putting some beds down. Some excellent beds, good and excellent beds. Okay, Bob, already being tended to. Tendonara. Now if I go to my numbers tab and back to my loaded preset of Rhadamant, let's see. I don't have any meds queued up for myself. That's good. Let's lift the restriction of Safe Haven. Wow, that is a lot of restrictions. And then Velik, if I could find him. Man, this is going to get more and more difficult. Set him staying on Safe Haven. Now we definitely have some people that require healthcare. Anyone that's being patched up or is patched up, I'm going to kick out of the hospital. Just a normal bed. We definitely have very reminiscent overcrowding issue again. Trek, could you put Panther in a bed? And then build this bed. Now the real problems. Where to put... I guess I could have 2 beds like this. Wouldn't kill him. I'm trying to limit the access points. All right, so DQ, you need to get patched up. Wow, Jurit's already out of bed. He's already like, yep, time to walk around. He's like, forget this. What was bleeding's patched up. I don't care about this. He's malnutrition set in because of how much work there was to be done. All right, I'm going to make sure that their needs, yep, they're okay. Their needs are being met. Okay, TQ, you don't need a bed. Colonists that still need treatment. Leth, you need treatment. Griffin, you need treatment. I figure it's easier to have them come to the hospital. That leg almost fell off there, Nara. That'd be bad. Go capture Roll, whatever her name is. Then I can move one of the beds as well. Sergio, let's have you make this. Some of these beds are actually quite nice. A lot of excellent beds in that group. Thanks, Lenka, for, you know, making the hospital annoying. It's exactly what I want. Alright, and last but not least... This kind of worked out. No, don't strip. They are all tribal, so I'm just going to let them keep their clothing. Let's see. Uninstall. And then... Alright, let's make sure that because we're messing around with them, we haven't screwed up their recruitment. Nope, they're all good. Link is finally no longer hiding. Oh, animals. Yes, my animals. You are unrestricted, too. Should have done that a little bit a long time ago, but oh well. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what fires to put out first. So one of the big ones would be that I need a granite wall here, and I'm going to mine this out and replace it with granite as well. That was their breach point. I don't know what destroyed that wall. I mean, I do. Fire. I don't know whose fire, but someone was shooting and it broke the... it breached there. Jurit, you are resting, but you're well rested, so I'm going to have him cremate, which might not be ideal, given that he needs medical attention. So Jurit, go get medical attention. He's probably not the fastest person to do the job at the moment. So the next big concern I have is, will there be a giant jailbreak? And if so, I'm likely to just use bladed weapons. I don't think I'm going to go easy. I'm going to hack them to bits because I can't play nice with this massive prison population. And it's not that I won't save them. It's that they won't save themselves. Medical emergency. Okay. They're all fine. Mental break. Ideally, your relationship with... Oh, your relationship with Velik is actually on the up and up. That's great to know. Because Velik is a very important character we have. Now, I also wanted to adjust... Nara... I wanted to adjust my bar up here, but it already looks like it's done. I have all of the patrons in this section here, and then I think at some point I'll order them so that all of the melee are in one cluster. But I think I have other sort of more pressing things to do and manage. This art is actually going to go here. I like having all the art look the same. Now, I did have a request to see the art descriptions, so I'm going to not read them out aloud. It will take forever. But I can click on them, and if you're interested, you can pause. A lot of this art is by Jarrett. Some is by Bob. And there you go. That was... Oh, and then there's this art here in Jarrett's bedroom. Jarrett is getting patched up by Menme. There's a lot of relationships here, but it would honestly take a year and a day to ever really go over all of them. Alright, so he's all patched up. Now, he is missing an index finger and a toe. So, definitely a contender for Bionics again. Wolf is going to be jealous. They're starting to be able to stand up. Now, the issue with a lot of these prisoners here is some of them have really high recruitment difficulties, like Raptor, Opossum, Ralmea, Hippopotamus, Lubaka. They're going to be somewhat difficult to recruit because they have such high resistances, and that's going to be somewhat of a pain for us. So we'll do our best to mitigate some of that if we can. Oops, that was a misclick. That's actually not even the ideal layout. I guess it is. Alright, then production. Let's add to this. I think I screwed up with this design. No, I didn't. Oops, wrong way. Yep, that reaches. Okay. Just sort of laying it out to fit as many hydro basins in here as I can. So there we go. I'm going to work on the hydro basins one at a time so we just don't build or a few at a time so we don't build the bejesus out of a few of them. And also tile up the whole area here as well. How did this standing lamp survive? God only knows. We're glad it did. Let's go get some food. Wolf's finally no longer binging. I didn't have a lot of alcohol, so I wasn't worried about his cirrhosis. I guess, given the aesthetics, I'm going to move this over. Then also, probably add some seating. I think the layout I have here is kind of ideal, so I'll just continue it. Did I order? Okay, I'm an idiot. I meant to make copy. And we're slowly emptying out the lake. I think I can actually keep this from being built for now until we can sort of clear that out some more. The fact that none of my people died and we saved every single prisoner that we carried in, I'm actually a little surprised, if I'm being honest. But I like surprises. Now they're starting to be able to get up. We're working on a bionic leg. What I'm going to do is always make a bionic arm and a bionic leg. I'll put the arm lower. Oops. That's exactly what I didn't do. And yeah. Because bionic arms and legs are more important in my opinion than arms. Because if you can't run from the enemy, you're dead. That's just my opinion. Alright, they are definitely getting up. There's no doubt about that. We also have a serious lack of plasteel. How is that research coming? The deep... Alright, ground penetrating radar is all set to be built. I was thinking of adding it here in this building. Just this building will be like objects that just don't really matter. So, what is that? Slate tile? I guess I can match the theme here. A lot of the prisoners are able to get up. Oh, and you could see that... I am curious about the way this works. If having it... Oh, no, it's... Oh, this one hasn't expanded yet. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, it works even if there's a bridge on top. It's good to know. Still have some medical emergencies. Wow, they were bleeding out real bad. They still have extreme blood loss. Also have low food. That was a big concern. A continuing big concern. So, let's hunt really anything we can get our hands on. And I will keep adding to this hydroponics. And soon we're going to have a big harvest of corn, which should help. But yeah, that is going to be something that we'll need in this colony for sure. Now, the wardens that I have. Actually, I just have pretty good wardens prioritized. I'm okay with that. One thing I do need to do is to start setting up permanent haulers. Now, a lot of these hauling tasks are getting done, I gotta say, just because there's... there is a lot of people doing the job. Let's have Jarrett melt down some bodies. I think ideally, 0 day would want to consume some of the bodies. So what I'll do is stockpile them here, and I'm going to call them cannibal corpses. So critically important that we put some corpses of human-like strangers in here. And then for this bill, so that it doesn't draw from the cannibal corpses, we'll just have the cremation be local. Gonna have Wolf prioritize the construction of the farm. Trying to get more food out. Where is Trek? Hi, Trek. Whoa. Yeah, that's right. Vex did that. If you're already down here, Vex, how about we haul? And there's some uranium here. We'll have to get soaking wet to get that uranium, but that's okay. I'd rather have it. Who's break risking? Yeah, observing corpses over and over and over will do that to you. I think what I'm going to do is suspend the cooking of meals because we're low on food and we need to conserve it, and NPM is the way to go. And alas, I'm out of time. Didn't get a lot done this episode, but this episode was mostly about doing triage. So, a quick review of my statuses. I can't say I really pushed any of these goals forward. Tomorrow is going to be vote day. Just a reminder to all of you, if you would like to pick some new goals, short and long-term goals, you gotta have to vote. And the voting link will be on the website, Rhadamant.com, or Discord in the announcements. If you have any feedback for me, drop me a line, and I do hope that you tune in next time. Thank you all for watching, and adios.